One of the biggest things keeping us stuck is actually overwhelm. Let's take cognitive load, for example. When we are overwhelmed, our minds become burdened with way too much information or tasks to handle. It's like when all of the tabs on your computer are open and a whack of programs too, and it completely slows down how it's running. And you get that annoying spinning wheel of death, you know the one I'm talking about, and absolutely nothing works. It is the exact same with cognitive overload. It makes it difficult to focus and make decisions and to prioritize. It also becomes challenging to break down tasks into manageable steps, and that leaves us feeling some paralysis and maybe a little indecision. Yeah. And then there's the emotional impact. Often, overwhelm comes with a surge of negative emotions such as stress, anxiety, and frustrations. These emotions are draining and completely deplete our emotional resources. It's kind of like putting together IKEA furniture. And they can also impact our motivation and confidence, which makes it way harder to start or complete tasks. And we may also feel discouraged, demotivated, and like a total failure. Overwhelm can also leave us feeling confused and lacking clarity about what we need to even do. So with so many things demanding our attention, it can be pretty hard to determine where to begin or how to proceed. This lack of clear direction leads us to procrastinating and avoiding things. Have you ever found yourself deciding you were going to just like tidy up your desk or organize your socks when you were deciding you were actually going to declutter your laundry room? Yeah, I get it. That's procrastination. Overwhelm can be made about 1,000,000 times worse by perfectionism or setting crazy, unrealistic expectations for ourselves. Like our kitchen always needs to be clean, am I right? Does it just me? No. If we believe that everything must be done flawlessly or that we must accomplish a huge amount of work, we may become overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of the task. It would be like saying, I'm going to declutter the entire kitchen today, or I'm going to eat this giant burrito. This leaves us feeling completely inadequate and afraid of failure, which makes it impossible to start. There's also the physical and mental exhaustion. Overwhelm can also show up completely wearing us out. When we are overwhelmed, we may push ourselves way too hard, neglecting self-care and rest, and then when we totally crash, we just end up sitting around watching cat videos and eating popcorn, further blocking our ability to concentrate, make decisions, and be productive. So how do we address overwhelm and regain that productivity? Well, number one, it can be helpful to break tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. So what is the very first thing that I need to do when I want to declutter or clean my kitchen? Well, first I need to stand up. And then what? Well, then I need to walk on in to that kitchen. Then what? Then I need to start picking up all of the dishes and putting them in the dishwasher. Then what? I need to put any old food in the food waste, so on and so forth. And it's the same when you're decluttering. You could say, well, I'm just gonna stand up and I am just gonna walk on over to the drawer and start picking things up and deciding whether or not to keep them. Prioritize tasks based on importance and urgency. Now this can get tricky sometimes. We can feel like, well, I never actually have time to declutter, so it's never urgent and maybe it's not even important. When in reality it actually is. We just have to recognize what ultimately is important. So is our environment, our ecology of our entire life, is that important? Yes. Also, don't forget self-care and stress management techniques to reduce emotional and physical exhaustion. I'm talking walks, I'm talking bubble baths, I'm talking tea, I'm talking Jane Austen movies. Now, I think my favorite is no, it's Sense and Sensibility. Who am I kidding? Just make sure that you schedule some break times in, just not too much so that you lose your momentum. Set realistic expectations and be kind to yourself. Rome was not built in a day, and you certainly did not gain all of that clutter in one day either. So be patient and know that bit by bit, yes, it will get done. Use time management strategies like using schedules or to-do lists, my favorite, to create structure and to increase focus. Now let's be real. I used to hate to-do lists and hate my planner and I hated having a schedule, but now I absolutely love my planner and I use it to plan out my tasks. I just like make a list of all the things I want to get done. Just write everything down and then I look at them, decide what is a priority, like what needs to get done like right away, and then I add them to the days when I want to get them done and break them into smaller steps. Also, get support from others. Delegate tasks when possible and ask for help when needed. I'm telling you, I want you phoning up your family, phoning up your friends, asking your kids, asking your husbands to help you. It helps us to stay on track and to shoulder some of the workload. Trey helpful. And starting in the right spot is absolutely vital for you when you are feeling overwhelmed. Some places like your kitchen, your closet, or your garage are not exactly the best places to start when you're overwhelmed. Instead, start somewhere that will give you great success right away. Check out this video right here and I will tell you exactly where to start. And I hope something good happens to you today. And thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.